Hi guys, it's Ameriie. The year is moving so quickly. We are already at the end of August, which means it's time for August favorites. I have quite a few things today. Two of them are actually samples, one of which was a sample my sister gave me a couple of months ago, and I didn't even try it. The other day I was doing my hair and I was like, you know, let me just give this a try. I'm so glad I did because I'm definitely buying this once the sample runs out, which won't be too long because it's actually a very small sample. So let's get started. This is Living Proof's Instant Texture Mist for multiple textured styles on damp or dry hair. The last couple of videos you've seen me in, I've been using this. The way I've been using it is after my hair is already blow dried and styled, just spray maybe once or twice, and then I kind of do this kind of motion. The point of this is to give you that PC look. Some of that PC look can come from your actual haircut. If you have a blunt haircut and you don't really have many layers, it's going to be harder to achieve that look, but you actually can achieve it with something like this. If your hair is already cut into layers and you have kind of like pointed edges, depending on how your hairstylist cut your hair, it's easier to achieve. When I used it for the first time, I probably used more than I needed. I think I used like 3 pumps on each side. It did weigh the hair down a bit, so that's why I say 1 to 2 is good. The nozzle seemed to get a little clogged on me, but I just rinsed it with warm water and that seemed to be fine. It gives you hold and gives you separation. And then when you run the brush through, you still get that hold, but a softer look. I didn't actually brush through it this time. Let me see what's going on here. Well, I don't have my contact lenses on because I can't see much of what's going on. I see a head and I see some brown honey hair and I cannot see the whites of my eyes. So, you can see it though. And it, you know, I just kind of, some of it held. I didn't want to brush it out too much because I did still want to have some definition, but you can pretty much brush it out. It brushes out fairly clean. Again, the Living Proof Instant Texture Mist, I really like this. I've mentioned to you guys before how I like this line. I think it's a very innovative line. I think their products do what they say as far as the 3 products that I've tried so far. One of which is the I can't remember what it was, but it's a mainstay. I make sure I get that one. It's like to reduce frizz. I was in Anguilla in a rainstorm, washed my hair, blow dried it, and then went to dinner riding on the back of a golf cart. And my hair stayed pin straight because I used the flat iron to wear it like a super pin straight style. It did not get 1 single ounce of frizziness. Now what I can say about that product though is that they're meant, if your hair, I'll have to tell you guys about this product later. Or you know what? Maybe I'll tell you about it now. I will just tell you about it now. I'll be back. So this is the Nourishing, they changed the name, that's what it is. They changed it when I first started using it. The Nourishing Styling Cream. It used to be for fine to medium, medium to thick. I don't think they do that anymore. It's just the Nourishing Styling Cream. That's right, because my girl couldn't find it when I told her about it. Okay, so you use this after you get out of the shower. Don't use too much. Experiment with how much you need. I use about a dime-sized amount twice on both sides of my hair. It actually does block humidity. Now, whatever's in stays in, whatever's out stays out. Remember that I said this. So you use it in your hair from when it's damp, blow dry it, and it will stick straight. It can be a little harder to curl because you're not the humidity is not coming in and out of it. You know, when your hair is freshly washed and you curl it, you can feel kind of like the steam escaping. It doesn't really happen with this product because whatever's in stays in, whatever's out stays out. That said, I have actually changed the way I blow dry my hair. I don't blow dry my hair when it's damp anymore. I actually wait about 30 minutes until it's almost completely dry, and then I just kind of go in with a huge round brush, same brush that I used to use, but I go in with a round brush and just kind of tease the hair straight, if that makes any sense. Instead of like drying it straight, I'm really just reshaping it to be straight because it's almost dry. I actually think I should do a hair tutorial. That may be coming on the horizon. Anyway, this is a great product. Like I said, I really like this line. When you blow dry your hair when it's kind of dry already, which is what I do now, the product doesn't work in the same way, meaning your hair will still get frizzy sometimes, but I find that my hair has better shine. The time that it takes is much better. Plus, it's not as hard on your hair when you're not blow drying it from when it's damp. That was a little digression. We were talking about the Instant Texture Mist. Really like this one. I love the sample. It's almost gone, so I will be purchasing this. Lancome's Cils Booster. Cils Booster XL, I think it is. Yes, it's a base mascara. This is another product that I got from Sephora as a sample. Now, I got this a long time ago. I don't know if it was the same one or if they had something very similar, Lancome. But I thought it was cool. I was cool on it. It was okay. This time I got the sample to give it another try. And the mascara I use is actually a Lancome. It's Hypnose Drama. Sometimes I use Hypnose Drama in the darkest black. That's kind of been my mainstay mascara no matter what, no matter where I go. I always come back to that one. But I wanted to give this a try again. I really love this for two reasons. Number one, it does actually help with the volume of your lashes. So I curl my lashes, I put it on, and I leave it on for about 5 minutes. Then I go back in and I apply the mascara. It gives you a kind of like rough base. It's great at volumizing. Number two, I find that it actually prevents my mascara from running beneath my eyes. I don't like to use waterproof mascara because waterproof mascara can be very drying. So if you're using a waterproof mascara, try to moisturize your lashes. There are some things out there on the market that can moisturize your lashes, but I would probably just suggest you not use a waterproof mascara unless it's extremely important, unless you really need to. This actually helps keep your mascara in place. It was a hot day. I went out the entire day. When I came back, I just knew that I was going to have mascara under my eyes because Lancome's Hypnose tends to be a little runny, but it wasn't. It was very clean, which is why I will definitely be picking up the Cils Booster XL by Lancome when I run out of this sample, which shouldn't be for a while because it seems like there's plenty in here. Love this product. Speaking of keeping your makeup put, NARS's eyeshadow base is really great. I was a little skeptical. I don't even wear eyeshadow all the time anyway, so I wasn't really sure. Plus, my eyes, I have a fold because I have an Asian eye, so it's like kind of like a puffy fold, which means that if you put eyeshadow there or anything liquidy, it's like gonna be all over the place. However, this actually worked. This works so well, you have to be careful where you place it. Now, the way this works is you take it out, you get that little white stuff there is kind of thick, and you just run it along your lid wherever you think you're going to put your eyeshadow. Let it dry for, I would say, anywhere between 30 seconds to not even a minute, maybe 15 seconds to 30 seconds. No, 10 to 30 seconds. Every time I'm giving you guys timelines, I notice that I like always have all these like timelines. I'm trying to be so specific. 5 to 15 seconds I think is really good. No. 10 to 30 seconds. That's what I do, 10 to 30 seconds. So you put it on your lid wherever you think you're going to put your eyeshadow, but try to be very accurate and try to feather it out on the ends because whatever eyeshadow gets on here will really stick. If you place it too high up or wherever else, it's going to be harder for you to blend those edges in. That's what I learned a couple of times, just trial by error. What I like to do is to put a little powder on my eyelid, you know, after I'm done with my eye cream, make sure I put a little powder there just to give it a decent enough base for the primer to go on, or the smudge-proof eyeshadow base. And then I put my eyeshadow on top, and it will last a whole day. You won't have any smudges, you won't see any creasing in your eyeshadows. Definitely recommend this product. I guess I should stop saying that because clearly I recommend this product because that's why it's in my favorites video, right? Yeah, clearly. Now another product I have is a hair product. It's not so cute because the top is cracked and a little yellowed with age. I've had this for years. And when I say years, I'm not talking about 2. I might have had this for like 4 or 5 years. Let me just take this top and put it there. It's not cute. This is Redken's Vinyl Glam. Usually I use Shine Drops. I use Shine Drops when my hair is freshly washed by Davines, and I have a couple of others too that I really love. What's the other one called? FX, I think. There are a few, but I usually like to use that before I blow dry. However, sometimes you may need more of a boost. I tend to use the same amount of Shine Drops that I used before I colored my hair, but now that I've colored my hair, you know that your hair can be drier. Although it's bouncing back pretty well with that Redken cat treatment I told you guys about, still, lighter colored hair doesn't reflect as much light as darker colored hair. I still use the same amount of Shine Drops, but what I do is I use this spray while I'm styling. And it's great, you just spray it, give a light mist, and then I kind of do this to just kind of like spread it. You'll see the effects immediately. You don't need more than one spray. Any more than that, you might weigh your hair down if you're doing it in the same section, unless you're just grabbing different sections of your hair and making sure you only hit it once. So another thing I've fallen in love with are gel manicures. Now I'm the type of girl who never liked getting her nails done, as far as going to sit down, doing the pedicure thing, and then doing the manicure. It just took too long. I just felt like I was just sitting down there and doing too much, and I'm so anal about everything being perfect that I just could never relax. I was just steadily watching, making sure that everything was perfect, no one's cutting cuticles if I didn't want them cut, etc., etc. I would just do them myself because then I know that they will be exactly the way I like. However, I am addicted to gel manicures now because the gel manicure will last up to 3 weeks. You can take it longer than that, but you will have an unsightly line of new nail growth, which is not too cute. I mean, 2 weeks, okay. 3 weeks, we're really pushing it. 4 weeks, I don't know what's really happening. Now, some people say that it's good to wait between gel manicures if you're, say, on your 4th or 5th one, or if you go twice, give it a rest for a few weeks and then go back because it can damage your nail bed. I am still not sure about that. I know some of the girls in that nail shop have done their nails. One did her nails for the last 3 years that way, and she always has a gel manicure, and she said her nails are fine. However, I noticed that when my gels were peeling, I kind of like peeled them off myself, and then I noticed that I was taking off a layer of my own nail. Now that does sound scary. And I guess it is kind of scary. But I realized that when I went another time and I let them take off the nail properly, preferably with the little roller thing, they said that that actually is better than someone filing the whole thing off. When I went to have them take it off at the nail shop, my nails did not look crazy when they took the gel off. So when you're at home and you're like peeling it, you are peeling off that layer. They will not peel it like that off when you go to the nail shop. So if you ever have a gel manicure and you have an issue with peeling or lifting, don't fix it at home. Go back to the nail salon and let them do it. That said, I love the gel manicure. I'm addicted. The nails stay on point. I am officially addicted. I love them. And some of you were asking me in previous videos what color polish I was wearing. I was answering in some of the comments. I didn't actually know the color because they're all numbers. And the numbers depend on wherever you're getting your nails done. Another favorite is a novel I read in August, Americanah. I went on and on about this book. I love this book so much. It was great. I finished it already. I won't talk about it too much here because I did discuss it in my Booktubeathon Readathon wrap-up. If you're looking for a great, hilarious, funny, heartwarming read, Americanah by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie is fantastic. And another book that I'm still reading, 11/22/63 by Stephen King. I am currently halfway through, and I told you guys before I put it aside to read Americanah. And I will probably be, I don't know how much progress I'm going to make in this story. Not because it's not great, because it really is fantastic. It slowed down a little bit in the middle for me, actually, but I'm still enjoying it. But I do hope it kind of like picks back up. But yeah, so I might not be getting to this too much because I am in revisions right now. For those of you who don't know, I am also a writer, and I'm currently working on a YA speculative fiction. Well, it's a contemporary with speculative elements, and also an adult novel. And the adult novel, I'm in revisions right now with my agent, so this is what I will be reading. It's kind of thick. This is what I will be reading for the next however long, and revising and reading it a million gazillion times. So I don't know how much of this I will be finishing. Although I would love to finish it. When I'm writing, I always make time for reading at least 1 to 3 hours every single day, even during revisions and everything. However, because I want to actually read through what I wrote, I think it'd be best to just do it clean, straight through, without any other stories going on in my head. That should probably take me 3 days, and then I can get back to my scheduled programming, which is reading all the time. So, yeah, it's a lot. Finally, a very cool show that Mr. Nicholson and I have been watching together is Extant. Featuring Halle Berry, she's the star of the show, and that one little creepy kid who was in Looper. Remember the movie with Bruce Willis and Gordon Levitt? We're watching it on Amazon Instant Video, and I think they have 2 seasons on there, so we have plenty of programming ahead of us. So yay! Alright guys, those were my August favorites. Let me know if you've tried any of these products and what you think about them, or any of the things that you're loving right now. As always, don't forget to like the video. If you liked it, please share the video with the world, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I will talk to you guys later. Bye! And don't forget to that is a really difficult word for me to say. You know what? It's a very hard word to say when you're smiling. Don't forget to subscribe. See, it's just like all wrong. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye!